Hello everyone, this is GruntyGunner, and today I'm going to be talking about the Betrayal system in Halo 4, and why it's really exploited and why it has a ton of problems. So first off, I'm going to show off the mantis, and how the stomp attack will allow you to betray your teammates without getting punished. So as you saw there, I just stomped on my teammate, and the betrayer announcer didn't say anything. So it's a really big problem in this game because I was betrayed 14 times once in a match-made game, and I went into a custom game to test out if what the stomp did, and it turns out it doesn't really give you the option to boot the player. However, using rockets or the machine gun will still give you the option to boot the player because it counts as a betrayal. And there you have it, Betrayal. So now I'm going to show this off from another perspective. Here's my friend, and it doesn't count as a betrayal once again. So there you have it. Next off, I'm going to talk about Solace and a technique that's used a lot, where you can boot a teammate from the game, even though he didn't do anything. Basically, all you have to do is run up into him, rub up on him, and then hit this death wall on Solace, and after doing it 3 times, you'll get the option to boot him. And here it is again from another perspective. Touches the player, hits the death wall, you get the option to boot. It's happened a lot in matchmaking actually, more than you think. And here's one more time where I get the option to boot the player, even though he did nothing wrong. As you can see, that's a big problem for matchmaking. This one on Haven is actually really popular. I've seen many videos of people doing this, and it's also another big problem, or exploit. And you have to rub up on your teammate, and you jump off the sledge, and it counts as a betrayal. And I'm about to show it one more time. So you could see, again, this is also a problem. I've seen players booted this way. It's not really fun. And another thing I want to get to is team killing, and I just want to explain why the team killing system is kind of broken. So first of all, you're always going to have a jerk teammate who gets injured, or you get injured and he finishes you off, and it doesn't count as a betrayal. And that's fine, because sometimes it is an accident. Sometimes you throw a grenade, and sometimes you kill an enemy or a friend that was one shot or something. But it's a little ridiculous how much you can get away with in Halo 4. So, as you can see, I just betrayed 2 of my teammates without receiving any punishment. But this is the kicker right here, where the enemy only punched the Warthog twice, and I was still given the option to betray him without it counting as a betrayal. So I went into custom games, and I tested out how many melees it took to destroy a Warthog. Every single time it took 29 melees, meaning that it does 3.5% damage to the Warthog every time you melee. This means in the test, he only did 7% damage before I was able to betray the teammate. In my personal opinion, I feel like an enemy should have to do at least 80% damage before it's considered an accident, because anything over 80% is probably usually an accident. If you throw a grenade across the map and you get a Hail Mary betrayal, which it happens sometimes, but in that kind of test, that's abuse right there, where an enemy does minimal damage to a teammate and automatically gives you the option to betray him just because you don't like him. It's happened many times on Exile when I get in the Mantis and I get lasered just because the teammate knew he had the opportunity to betray me. Here it is again, where he takes a few bullets and I'm able to betray him without consequence. Sometimes betraying is an accident, but I don't think it should be up to the game fully to decide whether it was an accident or not. I feel in some circumstances the game should say, okay, this was an accident, I won't count it as a betrayal, but at other times it should give the player the option to decide whether it was an accident or not. That this is why we have a forgive option in the first place. And one final thing to the whole betrayal system is a big complaint I've been hearing for a while, and I agree, is that there's no distinct difference between betrayal and betrayed. And this is actually a bigger problem than you think. Sometimes when you're in the heat of the battle and you throw a grenade, or something, you don't know if, and you hear the word betrayal, you don't know if you betrayed somebody or you were betrayed. And this is something that's been in Halo for a long time. And now when it's just one keyword, it's kind of confusing to a lot of players. So that's basically it. I'm glad you watched. This is GruntyGunner. I'm out.